Hey guys, I'm Sarah, and today I'm going to be showing you how I stay organized in med school. Today is also the busiest day of the semester so far for me, so I may or may not be pulling an all-nighter. We'll see. I'm also getting my CBSE score today, so keep watching to see that. So right now it's 7 something, it's early. I'm about to eat breakfast. So before I dive into my great organizational skills, I just want to take a minute to explain my study schedule a little bit. I am planning on making a separate video about how I make my whole study schedule because it's quite a process. So on a normal day of lectures, I usually watch the lectures and then watch the Boards and Beyond videos and Pathoma videos over those topics, and then I'll do the Anki cards that cover those topics as well. Also, about 2 weeks before every exam, I start going back and reviewing the older lectures from earlier in the block to kind of give myself a second pass of the material. So what I'll end up doing is I'll usually assign 2 or 3 lectures every day to just kind of review before the exam. The thing is, that means that 3 or 4 days of every block, I have a full day of learning new material and a full day of exam review on the same day. That day is today. Here's my packed schedule for today. So here's all of my classes and volunteering, and then you can see all of the new material I have to learn today, plus all of the reviewing I have to do. You can see where I started to kind of pencil in a schedule for myself, but very quickly ran out of room and kind of gave up. So I know about how long it takes me to do each of those things, and I added it up, and I have about 25 hours of things to do today. Now you may be saying, Sarah, there's not 25 hours in a day. That is where all-nighters come in. So that's why I got up extra early this morning, and I'm about to make a huge pot of coffee and just try to power through. I'm also volunteering at a clinic for like 4 or 5 hours tonight. So it's gonna be a long day.
Swearing in of the first woman in American history elected to national office, Vice President Kamala Harris. Don't tell me things can't change.
We have a new president!
With purpose and resolve, we turn to those tasks of our time, sustained by faith, driven by conviction, and devoted to one another and the country we love with all our hearts. May God bless America, and may God protect our troops. Thank you, America.
Today's inauguration represents hope for a lot of minorities and marginalized communities, and hopefully an end to violence and hatred. It's a good day. I'm going to take a minute to explain how I stay organized in med school. So on days like today where I have a lot to do, I have to stay really organized to get it all done. So I have this planner that my life depends on that I have shown before, and let me just show you. It is a day designer from Target, and you can see it has this cute little tab that marks the day. And I love it because it has a column for my schedule and a column column of things I have to do for the day. Plus it has little boxes and I can check them off. It also has little tabs for every month, and each month it has a full lined monthly calendar. Everything in my planner is color coded, so everything in dark blue is just an online recorded lecture that I can watch whenever. Everything in purple is a live online class that I have to actually log into, and everything in green is something I have to go to in person. Also, on the to-do side, everything in light green is Anki. Everything in pink is school related, so lectures or studying for clinical skills. Everything in light blue is Boards and Beyond videos. Purple is pages in Pathoma I plan on reading. And then dark blue is review of old material. I also put my class schedule into the calendar on my computer and phone so that I can access it wherever I am. And what I used to do is put in all of my classes in blue and all the things I wanted to do to study in green to kind of force myself to stick to a schedule, but I found that I was rushing through things to try to get them done without really understanding them. So I found it's better to just take my time, even though it might be a little later finishing, but at least I'll fully understand it. So keeping my schedule and everything I want to do in one place has been really helpful. And the other biggest thing that's really helped me is being very specific with what I want to accomplish. So like today, instead of just saying I want to review material from week 1, I specifically want to review the neuroanatomy lecture and the behavioral neurology lecture. And so that way I have specific goals so I can do them and check them off. Plus that way, larger tasks like reviewing a ton of material is a lot more manageable, and it's not super overwhelming when you just look and have this huge nebulous project you need to do. It's actually broken down into small steps that you can do one at a time until it's done. So far today I've watched all my lectures and taken notes. It took a little longer than I thought it would because I forgot the inauguration was today, and so that took some time. So now I have a lot of Boards and Beyond to go over, and Pathoma and Anki, and I have clinical skills tomorrow, and I'm going to be doing a whole history and neuro exam by myself without help, so I really need to look over that. So I have 3 Boards and Beyond videos that I'm going to watch for today's material, so I am going to go ahead and get started on that. I just finished Boards and Beyond, and I have about an hour left before I need to start getting ready. So I'm going to do some flashcards. I have to leave soon, and I did some Pathoma, but I've gotten like no Anki cards done, so I have a lot to do. So tonight I'm going to be volunteering at a clinic that's completely volunteer run. It's not affiliated with a hospital or anything, it's just completely run by medical students at my school, and we usually have a few doctors volunteering to help out with diagnosis and prescription and everything. I have several different roles at this clinic, but tonight I am going to be shift manager. So I'm going to be setting everything up, and I'm going to be helping out with kind of the clinic flow and getting patients to their student clinicians and keeping track of things like prescriptions that are given out. Overall, it's a really fun experience because when you're a student clinician, you get to actually see patients, almost feel like a doctor. And on the other side, when you're like the manager or working the front desk, you get to see how a clinic is run. Alright, I am bringing some stuff to work on, so hopefully I can get some stuff done while I'm there. As usual, I'm here like 15 minutes early. And I'm already hungry, so it's gonna be a long night. So I just got finished at the clinic. It's about 9 o'clock, which is not bad. We usually get out quite a bit later than that. But it went well. It was pretty efficient. Yeah. I got all of my flashcards done that I wanted to do and started reviewing some older material. So I now have to go home and do Board to Beyond and keep reviewing some lectures. I just got home and I need to eat something and shower and study a lot. Also, CBSE scores are in, so I need to go look at that. I sliced my finger open on a piece of ice, and I realized as a med student, I don't know anything about first aid. I guess that's just something I'll learn third year, maybe. Who knows? Alright guys, the time is here. I have my CBSE exam score in front of me. I haven't opened it yet. If you haven't watched my CBSE video, you definitely should. If you don't know, a CBSE is a comprehensive basic science exam, and it is a 5-hour exam over pretty much all of medicine. And it's basically a practice step 1 exam, which is like our medical licensing exam. So I took one last week, I don't remember, and I'm about to open my score. I really don't know how it went. There was a lot more biochemistry and immunology than I expected, which there's a lot of details that I don't really remember. So I'm kind of expecting to have failed miserably, but I really don't know because I guessed on a lot of it, and you know, maybe I guessed well. Who knows? Alright, here we go. I passed by quite a good amount. So here's the score report. 214 is not bad at all for having not studied or anything. It's not something I actually want to get on step 1, but honestly I think that's pretty good. So here's the breakdown of all of the different topics, the systems and everything. And I was doing pretty average, and these are people who actually study and like take the actual exam for real, so that's not bad at all. My best system is reproductive and endocrine, which makes sense since I just had that block last month. I did really well in anatomy, which is good because I want to be a surgeon, so I hope I would do well. I did not do well in pharmacology. I expected that. Biostatistics. Who knows anything about biostatistics? In GI, because it's been a long time since I've done that. So I'm actually really happy with that score. I looked at some of the data from previous classes, and the average for the first CBSE is like 180. So 214 is really good. Plus, like, I didn't study or prepare anything, so just with the knowledge that I have in my brain right now, I could pass the first licensing exam. That's pretty cool. Anyway, I need to study and stop getting so distracted. So I'm actually doing a lot better on time than I thought. It's about 11 now, and I just have to review 2 more PowerPoints, watch a couple Boards and Beyond videos, and just kind of study over my notes. So it's not going to be an all-nighter, but it is going to be a few more hours. So I'm going to get a little more coffee and shower and keep going. It's about 2 a.m. and I'm done, finally. I hope you enjoyed watching me suffer. If you did, like this video and subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every Monday. I'm going to go to bed.